Hey guys, your old pal Brian. It's Olmsted Point on Tioga Pass, and there are little creatures everywhere. Pretty neat. Not afraid of anything. Hard to believe there's mosquitoes all the way up here. But there's Half Dome in the distance. We're going to be looking at that with binoculars to see if there's any backside of Half Dome, to see if there's any hikers on the backside. We'll be going over the highest point in California very soon. It's beautiful out here. You can pause that later. See any hiking? There's mosquitoes. They will do that. Absolutely beautiful. No, I guess you're fleeing to the truck? All right. See ya. Hey guys, your old pal Brian yet again. It's really neat as the light changes. So that's Half Dome there. And we're coming up on the venerable Yosemite Falls. That's the upper falls. And just the rock faces here on the trail. Oh my goodness. Photography literally does not do justice. I'm in the meadow right now. Oddly enough, back in the day, I'm not certain when, probably in the 20s, the meadow was a dump. Park came in and excavated everything. Merced River. That's pure ice melt. Just hope for those of you that won't make it here, you can appreciate just the unbelievable stark beauty. And remember, for all you haters, this is California. That's 4,000 feet up. My drone is not programmed to go that high. Absolute insanity. And we effectively have the place to ourselves. You might have seen one or two folk walking around, but this place is literally jam-packed with human beings normally. So there again, the unintended benefit of the COVID virus allows us to kind of have the place to ourselves. insane. Absolutely insane. For whatever reason, Facebook doesn't allow stabilization while you're running the Facebook Live. But I'll have a video or two up on YouTube. Hey, Connie Joe. You've probably been here, but I haven't. Isn't that beautiful? The wind is hitting it and dispersing it. Absolutely gorgeous. My gizzard queen. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, getting close to getting back to the truck and lunch. Big Daddy's hungry. And we'll see you guys later. Hey guys, your old pal Brian. We're at Glacier Point, which is, I don't know, 6,000 feet above the floor of the Yosemite Valley. Prepare for amazing views. It's right cold this high up, and there's Half Dome. There's snow on the other side of the mountains. Ooh. Used to have a hotel up here. Absolutely gorgeous. And we're not even to the point yet. Oh man. You see Yosemite Falls? Unbelievable. I'm going to go ahead and just bring it on out here and pan slowly. There's Half Dome. The several stages of Yosemite Falls where it, when the glaciers receded, it created steps. Unbelievable. Oh look, a wedding reception down there. Yeah. You can actually hear the falls though from here. It's amazing. All right, Jason Kramer. Hope you're enjoying the view. Yeah, we're really lucky. There's no one here. You normally would have to take a tram up here. But the unintended benefit of the COVID-19 situation, we were at the base of those falls. That's the Yosemite Falls. Yeah, all the way
No,
at the
that's
bottom.
Vernal.
Oh, that's Vernal?
Well, that's Nevada, the top
Wow.
one. The lower one is Vernal.
Thank goodness for my wife. So that's Vernal Falls. We were on the other side of Vernal. We would have been, yeah.
We were at the foot of Vernal yesterday.
Got it, got it. So that's Vernal Falls. Wow, it looks like Yosemite from here. Yeah, we would have been way at the bottom.
If you guys go around that way, you'll see Upper and Lower Yosemite, and you'll see Nevada.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah, just follow this trail.
Just makes me grin.
It's awesome, right? And there's like nobody here.
I know. What do I tell people? The unintended benefit of the COVID-19 virus. Yeah, no lines.
Something positive out of it.
Now let's go for a walk.
Have a good trip.
You have a lovely
We waited
day.
3 months to get here.
Oh, nice. Welcome.
We came from Florida and we
Oh, yeah?
and California put the shelter in place, so we
Yeah.
went
Ah.
out and stayed in Groveland for 3
That's
months.
beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
We were determined we were coming
Well,
here.
welcome. I'm glad you guys made it. So what's the week?
Lovely people from California. Yeah, all the horse shit you hear about the Hollywood crowd and that sort of thing, that is not what you experience in California. You experience some very lovely people. What's that, honey? Yeah, we were. That's the ones that Mrs. Miles' dog likes to chase. I don't know. I think it's this one. Yeah, but I think that's for people who are handicapped. I don't know.
That right there is good.
Yeah, Half Dome's amazing. Yeah, it's funny, Jason. They have a big sign that says no drones. I want to try not to spend my time in. They actually have a jail here. Good morning. Hey, Miss Annette. Say hi, Sherba.
Hello.
Heading up to Glacier Point. Some of the most beautiful views in the world, right here. We waited 94 days for this opportunity. Tell you what, I'm gonna walk out to the geology exhibit real quick, just in case folks don't have the time to stay with us. There's a Half Dome. And another shot at Vernal Falls. Which look very similar to Yosemite Falls, but there's Half Dome. We're up and around 6,000, 7,000 feet. And there's no one here. Absolutely no one. Good morning, Marshall. Absolutely glorious. Glorious views. Here's Vernal Falls again. Am I still continuing my trip as planned despite the delay? Yes and no, Jason. We're not going to be going to Alaska. The borders aren't open, for one thing, but it's timing. We don't want to rush to Alaska and stay for 3 days and then head back south. There's the snow on the mountains, but we are going to continue. We'll leave here and visit the redwood forest. Actually, we're going to be in Lake Tahoe in just a few days, and then we'll end up back in Oregon for Crater Lake, continuing north into the national parks at in Washington. We did get hosed a little bit on the Olympia side of Washington. There's no campgrounds available. But as I told Sherba, we'll be heading back towards Alaska next year. And as such, yeah, there's Halfdome. God almighty, what views. So, just a little geology here. As these plates slid together and they made lava domes of granite, there was strata over the top of these, but as the 10,000 year cycles of ice age came, it just, that and wind and water took the tops off of these giant domes of granite. So you end up with these protrusions. Good morning, Miss Annette. And of course, good morning, Marshy. Perhaps y'all will walk on out to Glacier Point with us. There's going to be more waterfalls. People are hell on trees around here. Good morning. Morning, morning. Yeah, they only let 1,700 vehicles a day in, and as such, what happens is there's literally no one here. This is one of the most visited national parks in the nation, so this is an extraordinary opportunity to come and see Yosemite National Park without the crowds. Crowds are unbelievable. Like at Arches, Arches National Park, it's so bad you have to get shuttles in Bryson, Zion. And really, the Grand Canyon, absolutely glorious. We have 2 hikes planned this morning. One of them is called the Fractures.
Taft Point with Fishers.
Oh, Taft Point with Fishers. And then there's another one. The Fishers are interesting. They say they drop down 3,000 feet and there's no guardrails around them, so you have to step lively.
The other one is
McGurk.
Old Homestead.
So now we're coming up to Glacier Point. There's literally no one here. The money shot of the entire trip. Hey, my princess. Princess did not want to get up this morning, but she did. You're supposed to see Nevada from here. Wow, no one's here. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. Okay, so there's that may be Bridal Veil. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. That rock right there is 7,200 feet to the valley floor, and I'll zoom this in for you. That's Yosemite Falls over there. And we were down in that valley yesterday. In fact, we took that walk right there, which is only a mile and a half down. That's the Merced River in the valley. Wow, this is amazing, amazing views. That's just unbelievable. The mountain in the distance is 10,000 feet. That's Mount Hoffman. Might be able to see Mirror Lake from here, I don't know. Half Dome, 8,000 feet. And doesn't say anything about the Sierra Nevada mountains in the distance, but that's snow. Unbelievable, unbelievable views. That's the hotel. That hotel was the inspiration, the interior of the hotel for The Shining. That's a 1.5 mile drop. Wow. So there's Yosemite Falls, and then it drops down to a secondary fall. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to walk you around to the other side here, and then I'm going to get some regular video. So that rock peak in the distance is Tenya Peak at 10,000 feet. Vernal Falls again, the Yosemite Valley. Unbelievable. That's a 1.5 mile drop. All right, guys, that was fun sharing it with you live, and I'm going to take some regular video. See ya. And we're back at the upper and lower Yosemite Falls. It's crazy. And this is just a little paved hike to it. That is the money shot. What's cool about this is there's no one here. We are listening to an audio tour of the place, and the guy has said no more than 36 times that you're screwed because there's such heavy traffic. But by sheer accident, in the COVID-19 issue, there's literally no one here. There's like just a few other people. It's got to be 800, 1,000 feet high. Absolutely gorgeous. See ya. In just another few months, that would be completely dried up. They had a good snowpack though this year. Isn't that neat? What is that? Some type of crested jay. We'll look that up. There's the spousal unit. Wow. You know, it's particularly interesting to folks like me because we don't have falling water in Florida. We just got water. And it's literally everywhere. Hit pause, and you can read that on your own. This ordinarily would be back-to-back people. Just back-to-back. We have 13 more glorious days here. We may or may not come back over the weekend. Hit pause as you need to. We'll be getting closer. Pinyon pines. A type of juniper called incense juniper. Incense juniper. Huh?
Cedar. Incense.
Oh, incense cedar.
Is that marine?
Glacier moraine. Yep. Difficult for people to conceive, but ice is heavy. And when it's a mile thick and you're at the bottom, that's what you get when that liquid weight recedes. Hope you're having a nice, you know, when that cleaved off the side of the cliff. Yeah, water does that, you know. And sometimes it happens in tens of millions of years. Or in Hawaii, it happens over a few days, moving rock around. We're going to go through this grove of pinyon pines and alpines, and we'll end up popping out, I think, at the base of the falls. This is an actual city. It has a zip code. Can you hear that water? It's the lower falls through the trees. They had fires through here a few years ago, and basically the way the park is handling fire is natural, and they just leave it. Crazy high cliffs. I've been to a lot of national parks, and I mean a lot of them. Yosemite, now, Yellowstone, and this shore is pretty. There's your, what do they call it? It's not juniper, it's what?
An incense cedar.
Incense cedar, which is, in my opinion, the type of juniper. that's not sequoias. I don't know if we're gonna. Well, I guess we probably will see sequoias here eventually. We've already seen them in Sequoia National Park. But, cedar. I think we're coming up to the money shot. Of course, there's maintenance. That's the lower falls. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, that'll do us. See ya. Hey guys, Joe Pal Brian. Still at Glacier Point. I figure I'd give you one last parting view. There's some snow-capped mountains about 3,000 feet above us. I'll be making a video of this. Vernal Falls. You can actually hear it. There it is. Beautiful half dome. And if you can picture, right through here would have been a glacier about 10,000 years ago. And its sheer weight would have sheared that piece of granite right off. There at 8,000 feet. Just would have sheared it right off. So picture that full of ice, over a mile deep. Unbelievable. Travel makes you very humble, and the 80 whole years you get to spend here on the planet is your perspective. All right, last view of Glacier Point in the Yosemite Valley. We got 2 hikes to go do. So all the best to you and yours. Yep, set the trail. See ya. Hey guys, it's your old pal Brian again. That's a pretty little waterfall as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Yosemite Falls. Let's take the hike in, just a short hike. Still in Yosemite Valley. Basically it's a 7-mile loop. We're going to take in all the sights and come back and do some very specific hikes. Pretty little wetland restoration. All this is ice runoff, snow runoff. So that water is just above freezing. So glaciers came through here 10,000 years ago and carved out the valley. That's a pretty picture. Absolutely gorgeous. Just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ain't it? Hey guys, your old pal Brian. We're in Yosemite Valley at Bridal Veil Falls. We're going to hike in. Here's the backside of El Capitan.
Is it back? Didn't say.
He's rounded on the front. And there's Bridal Veil Falls. We're hiking in. Ready? It's really nice because the unintended consequence of the COVID virus is there's no one here. The girl at the gate said that the front gate gets busy because people don't know that you got to have reservations to be here. So they clog up the front gate. Yeah, as I was saying, the unintended benefit of COVID-19 is that there's no one here at the park. They get about 4 million visitors a year, and they're only cutting about 1,700 permits per day. So in a weird kind of way, we have the park to ourselves, and that's unheard of in modern times. That's a sheer wall. Probably should have brought a jacket. Beautiful sequoia forests, and some of the plants are juniper, some of the big trees. You know, I remember telling my wife that she should bring a flannel shirt. And she did. I brought a jacket, but I left it in the truck. Well, good to see you, Max and Ben. Glad you could join me on this walk. Generally, there's no cell service, but the park is so big, I guess they got their own tower. Oh man. Yeah, I always laugh because the trails get closed.
I promptly opened up my wine and started to drink it in the hotel. And ended up just breaking back.
I guess we're done. It says, I guess we're done. Rats. Oh well. Well, we went as far as we could on the Bridal Veil Falls. I'm not sure if that's the ones they set on fire or not. My wife is in charge of all the stuff. Gotcha. Alrighty. Well, it's time to head back then. Continue the loop. It's hard to see them through the trees. But that's the falls. More to come. See ya. There they are. This is the Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias. It's 280 feet. And it's difficult, really, to fathom unless you're standing in front of them. We went to Sequoia National Park about 3 months ago, and these are tiny in comparison. But yeah, we're there again at Mariposa Grove. So how this works is they redid the area about 2 years ago. They were causing root compaction and death to these trees. So basically you got to take a bus in or come in on foot. So there's literally no one here because people are lazy and they don't want to hike. That's a beast. So you can pause this and read it at your leisure. Look at these giant sequoias that had fallen in years past. You're talking about trees that are thousands of years old. Some of the oldest living organisms. I tend to disagree with this because I think there's a fungus or something like that that lives underground in Europe that is many, many more thousands of years old. But yeah, walking amongst the giant sequoias live in Mariposa Grove, Yosemite National Park. Absolutely astoundingly beautiful. Crazy. Yeah, 2 mile hike in, and since the entire welcome center here is shut down. We will be taking the longer path into another 2 miles. Let's see if you can see that. There is no shuttle bus. They shut all that system down. I think we'll probably.
You said do this little loop and then it'll.
I think why don't we go ahead and just take the Grizzly Trail and we'll come and do this side on the way out.
Okay.
The map was.
Well, because the only thing, like, if you want to take any pictures, because probably as the day, people
Let's walk it then.
want to do the easy trail and they're not going to
Okay.
do the.
There's your root system.
That's what you were saying,
Yeah, it is really neat. No one's here. Yeah, that beast. Oh man, that's insanity. Absolute insanity.
let's go ahead and do this. Is
Wife,
that okay?
yeah, wife says let's go do the Grizzly Trail,
As it heats up, I'll get the longer trail.
which is 38 miles long.
The whole loop is 2.5 miles.
Wife says whole loop is 2.5 miles.
No pets, no bicycles. Don't call it on trees.
Didn't say no drones. Look at that beast. Just unbelievable. Or as I like to say, completely unbelievable. Yeah, Sequoia National Park was neat. And this is Yosemite's version of it.
It's the largest grove. It has about 500 trees, the whole Mariposa area.
So if you didn't hear that, wifey says this is their largest grove of sequoias. Has around 500 trees in the Mariposa area. There again, we
There used to be a road.
yeah, they had a road in. It was causing root compaction and killing the trees. So they went ahead and did away with the road and redid the entire area. So you don't accidentally. That's insanity. Kill the trees. Yeah. It's beautiful. Did a good job here. When we were in Sequoia, it was snowing and cold, so and Sherva didn't bring a jacket. Okay, it was me that didn't bring a jacket. So kind of had to do an abbreviated. What'd you learn?
These acorn woodpeckers,
They stash them?
they make a little hole in there and then store their acorns.
Yeah.
Because their bark is spongy. The bark can be up to 2 feet thick.
Crazy. So
That's how it's able to survive fires. And
yeah, 2 foot thick bark survives fires.
now if you want to go into the main grove,
Yep, let's go in the main grove.
probably about 7 miles.
Oh, no, I don't want to do 7 miles. Don't want to do 7 miles. Isn't that beautiful?
I don't know if I. Oh, it's 8 miles. No.
Now you gotta walk
Remember
that.
last night if I added the 200, well I guess we have to go that way. It must branch off up there. If you went the Mariposa plus the 2 miles to the parking lot, it'd be 16 miles.
Absolutely. Well, we're not gonna do that, but we didn't. We're just gonna take the Grizzly Trail. This intersects with the Grizzly Trail, right?
I'm checking.
Yeah, I think it does. When I saw the map.
Yeah.
Giant sequoias, 240 to 280 feet.
And you're always talking about all trails. Like if you download a trail, it won't give you that little blue dot till you actually get on the trail.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you're 3 miles away trying to figure out how to get there,
Yeah.
it won't tell you.
Yeah, the map here just indicated that this bifurcates up the
Yeah.
road.
It does. You go up here and turn, but if you want to go to the main grove, you keep going.
All right, well, I visited with y'all. You've seen the main grove of beautiful sequoia, and hope you enjoyed the tour. See ya. As indicated before, it's almost impossible for you to understand the scale unless you've seen these things. That's the grizzly. He is a hoss, the grizzly giant. 10 people, arms stretched around it. Could not get around its circumference. The grizzly giant is in the background, not me. Hey, Shabuki. Yeah, look at that thing. Absolute insanity. Beautiful grove. They did a good job. They really did. Of restoring it. Look at that thing. It's like out of a cartoon. Hey, Roy. That's the grizzly giant. The giant sequoia in Mariposa Grove, Yosemite. It's interesting because, as I'd indicated in a previous video, everything's closed. So what you have is folks that have to hike in the 2 miles to get here because the shuttle buses are no longer running. They separated human traffic in the form of automobiles so you could stop destroying tree habitat. Absolutely gorgeous. So the shuttle buses aren't running because they fired all the shuttle bus drivers, and if you want to get here, you got to hike. And in the end, there's only going to be a few of us that were intrepid enough to do so. All right, that's the grizzly giant. There's a ton of other trees here, but that's a 3,000-year-old tree. Every bit of it. It's insanity. Absolutely insanity. Alrighty. Stay with me. We're going to go through the, maybe walk through the California tunnel tree. Yeah, I see it, I think. The idea was the National Park cut a tunnel to the tree so wagons could go through many, many years ago and attract more people here. So we've seen 5 people on the trail so far. That's it. It's insane. There it is.
So originally it was cut through logging. That's how long it was.
Yeah, wagons. Oh, ain't that something? See if the wifey will get a picture of me hanging out up underneath that thing.
Want me to do it on your phone?
Yours. You can just send it to me. This was cut for wagons. It's 150 years ago. Wifey's taking a picture of me. Getting a picture. Okay, you're going to be out for a second. smells good. Alrighty, back in action. Ah, I hear a woodpecker. There's the grove map. Unbelievable. Alright, we're gonna keep walking in all the best. That would be Yosemite Falls. Let's take the trail. Ain't that pretty? Absolutely gorgeous. I think they call it the money shot. See ya. Hey guys, y'all, pal Brian. We're at the end of Taft Trail, and that is Nevada Falls in the distance. And this is the abyss, straight down. Christ Almighty.
Me and my husband are both like, yep, nervous for that. And then we were camping.
Oh my goodness. If you have vertigo, I don't recommend this. Jesus. Taft Point, where William Howard Taft came. Alright, that was cool. See ya. Hey guys, your old pal Brian. It's the Merced River that flows through Yosemite Valley amongst these 3,000 foot cliffs. There's a Yosemite Falls yet again. There's the marsh. It's probably full of snow. This is a swinging bridge that really doesn't swing. Pretty little beach. Go out and wet your feet. Diving or jumping from the bridge is prohibited, as it should be. Oh, it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. See you. Hey guys, your old pal Brian. I'm at Tunnel View, right at outside the mile-long tunnel, just almost a mile long. Looking at Half Dome in the distance, peaking, and there it is right there. And then those beautiful falls right there. Absolutely amazing views. Who did, me? Oops. Yeah, there it is. Which falls are those, honey? Bridal Falls, Bridal Veil Falls. And Half Dome. That sheer face is where a glacier carved the face of that granite off. Unbelievable. Completely unbelievable. See ya.